So my old buddy from Lents Active Watch. All right, how's it goes? So what's if I remember right, you're a member of the Lents Active Watch.
Yeah, everybody keeps trying to do that. I'm the Lents Neighborhood Association Public Safety Chair.
Lents Neighborhood.
My primary interest in coming out to things like this.
Okay. What do you think of this operation right here?
Well, to be honest, there's not a lot of operation really happening.
No.
The folks living in this area
Mm-hmm.
have been told it's not really meant for a human occupation.
Right.
They've been told you need to move by the state. They've been told you got to go somewhere else. They haven't been told where that is or what that looks like. There's a reality to some criminality present in this community. It's inescapable. It's inescapable when you see the footprints when people leave. That's when it's inescapable that they didn't just buy all these things they've just left in these campsites, right?
Right.
That's a sad reality, and it clouds the issue of humane housing of human beings, right? Of people that are poor or have mental health issues or have medical issues and stuff. So it's a messy situation. My belief is the city helped create it by moving everybody to one spot and not enforcing anything there. It now has no solution any more than they did when it started. I believe there are some good conversations happening. I believe that engaging community from the ground up instead of the top down is where the ultimate answer will be found. And I hope for the future it's better. I mean, what else can you do, right? Because this is not like, I can't say no or yes to this. You know what I mean? And I can stand here and shake my fist, it's not going to matter. And if I stand here and shake my fist and I don't have a solution, then what am I? You see, it's like there's no, it's a no-win.
Yeah, it's a hard situation because, yeah, you don't want the homeless here, but
so there's always been homeless in Lents. This density is problematic because you can't handle it. Your community can't support it. You can't support the byproduct of it, right? You can't support, if a teenager come out here and starts screwing with somebody, right? You can't easily capture that teen and say, don't do that. If a guy is on the trail and screwing with somebody in the house, you can't easily capture because there's too much. It's too big a population.
Right.
And that, so I don't think people in Lents don't like homeless. I don't think that's the case at all. I think they just can't deal with this burden at this level.
Okay, yeah, because I've heard rumors that the Lents Neighborhood Watch has been throwing rocks down on homeless people's tents and stuff like that.
I've never met a person that said I did this. Because if I did meet that person, I would say I don't want you affiliated with me in any way because I don't agree with that. That's just it's gross abuse of people that don't need to be abused. There's no value in abusing people like that. It doesn't help anything. You go talk to somebody and say, hey man, I don't like you parked on my block. Can you move your rig? There's more value in that conversation. Even if that guy's like, screw you, and you're like, well, screw you too. At least you started somewhere. Trying to have a dialogue, right? And I believe in that. So.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the city doesn't have any idea where the homeless are going to go.
Right.
So, instead of it being in fields like this, it'll probably be on neighborhood streets. And I understand one lady's had a few that's camped out on her front lawn.
Which is a code violation, which is going to be another problem. You do it all over, somebody's going to start calling complaints in. You know, it's just it's adding to a different problem somewhere else.
Right. Well, my understanding is that she's getting tired of it. You know, because it's not a thing of she's voluntarily letting it happen. It's like they go in at night, pitch a tent on her lawn and say, okay, and then her and her husband wake up the next morning and there's homeless there.
But that's been happening. Like, that's not a new thing, right?
Right.
I mean, that's kind of like, from that has developed this. The city went, stop doing that, just come do this. And you're right, so what's going to return? Well, that's what happened, so it's going to return to that. Is that better or worse? Is this one point of contact going to be an aid to that? Or like, what's that all shape up as? I mean, we're watching it unfold, right? I mean,
Right.
you're doing your bit by recording different interactions, and I do my bit by being an observer. That's why I'm very distinctly, like, I believe as a volunteer on a neighborhood association relative to public safety that you should be witness to a public safety issue and a crisis of people suffering, which is what this is.
Right.
I don't necessarily think everyone deserves a house. I don't necessarily believe that. Deserves is a very challenging word.
Right.
Everyone should have a path to housing. They should have the ability to find housing and be supported in housing. What that looks like is very much relative to the person. Like, it's not a universal band-aid. It doesn't work that way, right?
Right.
Some people can't function in a house. They just can't. And that's not an assault on being in a house or not. This is just a reality. You see Dave is walking down the street there. Is he going to do well living in an apartment? He's got serious mental health issues. He's got drug issues. And he literally paces all over the area. I've seen him in so many places. It's like, almost like I feel like I'm walking with him half the time because I see him everywhere.
So what do you think they should do with the mental health cases?
Very complex societal question, right? How do we handle mental health in our society? I don't know that I, a citizen just kind of living, have an answer to that. I don't know who has an answer to that. I don't think mental health professionals have an answer to that.
Right.
And there is the problem, right? I do think, though, that if we start by recognizing that there's different shades of mental health issue and crisis and drug addiction that overlaps and all that, and then we start to recognize what's worked and what hasn't worked, and we just kind of start there, I think we can start to build a framework, right?
Right.
And I think recognizing alternatives is incredibly important. So if we don't recognize the alternatives, we can never find that thing that nobody's thought of, right? So it's super complex, man. That's, this problem is not an easy problem.
Right. Okay, I just wanted to get your idea on it and stuff like that,
I fully accept, man. I have no problem talking to you.
Okay, thank
Even when you guys are cussing at me, I don't have a problem talking to you.